Fairness as the grounds for morality. I, as an individual, have moral standards of what I think is right and wrong, which I believe all boils down to what we call fairness. I have received these ideas of fairness or right and wrong from the civilization that I live in, my training, that is, my parents teaching me what is morally and immorally acceptable, and my innate personality, which I call my temperament. As I stated in another commentary, natural selection is a blind process with no end in mind, so it is indifferent when it comes to fairness. All it cares about is gene replication into the next generation, or passing on successful genes to the next generation, and selecting qualities that best meet this process. And when this occurs, there are no free lunches. When you gain something on one hand, it may be at the expense of something else. For example, the cheetah gained speed but lost stamina. The gazelle no longer gained longer legs to escape its predator, but at the expense of easier broken bones. Natural selection is indifferent, but yet we as a species want fairness. Are we wrong to want fairness in what seems to be an indifferent world? In other words, does our innate desire for fairness goes against natural selection? In trying to raise my consciousness on this, I looked into this a little further. I had the presupposition that the desire for fairness played a role in our species' evolution. If not, this trait would have been selected out of our species. This led me to an article entitled Patience, Fairness, and the Human Condition that was published in The Economist, October 4th, 2007 edition. In this article, it discusses several studies which shows in birds, monkeys, and chimpanzees and humans that patience is evident. In all four species, patience was displayed. That is, the test subject was willing to wait longer for a larger reward versus a smaller reward. Although humans were 4 times less patient than our chimpanzees cousins. Quoting from the article, when it comes to fairness, though it's a different story. Economic theory has contrived a species called Homo economicus, a rational maximizer, who grabs what he can for himself. But curiously, he makes no appearance in the ultimatum game, a classic economic experiment. In this game, two players, a proposer and a responder, devise a reward. It could be a cake, it could be cash, it could even be a bunch of grapes. The game is so named because the proposition is an ultimatum. The responder can either accept the division or reject it. If he rejects it, both players receive nothing. Homo economicus, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, would accept any division in which his share was not zero. But that is not what happens. Scores of studies have run the ultimatum game across cultures and ages. Universally, people reject any share lower than 20%, apparently to punish the greed of the proposer. People do not act like Homo economicus or Homo economicus. Instead, they are arbitrators of fairness. They did the same test in chimpanzees, and chimpanzees were willing to accept whatever the proposer offered. Again, quoting from the article, chimps are simply rational maximizer, or pan-economicus, if you like. Though proposers consistently chose the highest possible number of raisins for themselves, Responders rarely rejected even the stingiest offer." Unquote. Again from the article, quote, "This is a telling outcome. A number of researchers in the field of human evolution that a sense of fairness and a willingness to punish the unfair, even at some cost to oneself, is humanity's killer app. It is what allows large social groups to form. Without it, free riders could ruin such groups, because playing fair would cease to have any value. In a previous experiment, it has shown that chimpanzees are willing to punish actual thieves. But this new data adds weight to the theory that the more sophisticated idea of fair share, which underpins collaborative behavior, appears in the hominid line only after the ancestors of the two species split from one another." Unquote. In the article, it was concluded that fairness is genetic. It mentioned how in using twins, identical twins versus fraternal twins, how identical twins who share all their genes, using the proposer and responders test, had similar results, while fraternal twins who share half their genes did not have similar results. And so from this, one can get a sense of fairness seems to be genetic. Therefore, there is no objective morality, only our genetic propensity for fairness, which varies. As the article concludes, quote, "Besides showing that a sense of fairness has a genetic basis, this results also raises a question: why should the sense of what is fair be so variable? It may be that in populations of the fair, the unfair prosper, while amongst the unfair, the fair are better off. The results would be an equilibrium in which various attitudes to fairness do just as well as each other. But why exactly that would be the case is a subject of another day's research project." Unquote. So from what I understand, we get our sense of fairness, in which I think is the foundation for what we call morality, is genetic. It varies from person to person because everybody's not made out of the same cookie cutter. And so as a result, from evolution and research, it has been shown that fairness is a genetic component that evolved and was necessary and was selected for through natural selection for humans to live in group societies and to live in a collaborative way in order for us to pass on our genes. Well, this is Lee, a.k.a. Black Socrates, and I'm out. Peace.
As sure as the star-bellied Sneetches butter the underside of their toast. All things being equal, the simplest answer's worth most. Don't rely on Vishnu, Buddha, Ron Popeil, or the Holy Ghost. Just consider these words, and that ship of life you're sailing on might not smash into the coast.